parents were conservative, I was ambitious. While my parents were calm, I was aggressive. While I was angry with everything, my parents were perfectly fine with a lot of imperfection around them.
My generation is a generation of fighters, of risk takers, of believers.
New India is not actually New India.
We are at a crossroad.
We caught in a dichotomy of, old ways and new ways.
Thought it was heading towards a revolution and a lot of things would change. But now again, the hopes have kind of turned into a little distant dream.
Don't turn into someone who's just asking to be fed information, rather go searching for it. No, I live for myself and I have my own space and my own little world.
Since the time we've been growing up, we've been hearing stories about how, we are going to be the next superpower and how we are going to change the face of politics in our country.
We see a strata of the society which is developing. I deal with people who are not developing.
The most important questions I have for India and Indians in particular, why do we want to continue the caste system? I want to ask people of India, I want to ask all Indians, why do we want to have the caste system? Why do we fight on the basis of religion?
The country is now somewhere in the middle of going in the right direction and something pulling it back.
Whether it's a news headline where a political leader has said something so stupid as legitimate rape could not get you pregnant, a judge who once declared their daughters as liabilities.
We know how we want India to progress, but we don't do anything about it. My country gives me the right to do riots.
It's not enough to vote in an election, elect a leader and say he'll take care of it.
The biggest hindrance is we don't know what to do with the democracy. The ones who know it, the ones who actually know that it's a big thing, are just minting money on it.
We are living in a generation where we are spoiled for choices, so we don't know what we want and what we don't want.
Living in towns and cities, we feel India has changed, a new India, you have, you have all these multinational companies coming in and people are working and people are getting swanky jobs and, they're driving around swanky cars. But, go to a village in India, I don't think life has changed much. And that is where I guess, things might take a very terrible turn for India.
If we don't make the major chunk of the population happy, then where is our country going? And if we don't keep the people who have the money happy, then who is investing in our country? So it's a double-edged sword.
Quality of life means not material things. We're in India. Quality of life at one level means sending a girl child in the middle of the night in a public transport system. We're not there yet. I don't feel safe for women in India. I don't feel safe for my daughter. I don't feel safe for my wife out there working.
For me, my work is religion. I would give up the comfortable lifestyle. I would, the 8 hours of sleep, the 50 days of vacation in a year. I would give up being married.
I would like my career to be full of risks. Here in our generation, we want a taste of everything.
When it comes to men versus women, I still feel there's a long way to go.
Should we allow our girls to do this? Can a woman do this? Has to really be dispensed.
We as girls, we have fought all our lives. We fought to be who we are. We fought to even work late nights.
There are people who believe in education but don't believe in independence.
I've been fortunate enough that I've had a father who treats me like a son.
The foremost question that surrounds women and girls in India is, should they exist?
And to me, values and tradition means, people need to grow up on the fact that you need to respect women or respect people in general. That is value and tradition. Value and tradition is not about wearing the right clothes.
I am waiting for people to change the definitions of love.
Why are we not able to marry people we feel that we care about? Why does one need to marry if there's less commitment in a committed relationship?
Sexuality is an important expression, and people need to open up.
People of my generation, I guess, I put it this way, there will be love and then there will be sex. Today there is sex and then there is love.
So right now, arranged marriage, is like a big thing that will cut me down if I actually step into it. it will cut me off from this adventure called life.
My favorite question that I ask a lot of people, especially people who don't treat me well, at least mentally I ask, who are you beyond your visiting card?
Their work is different and their play is very different. In such weird conditions that they are like crazily looking forward to one day, weekend to really like live their life. It's so sad.
I can't talk to my parents about going clubbing any time, because if I tell them that I'm going clubbing, what I get back from them is that is not the culture that we've taught you. That is not our kind of thing. I'm pulled back by what my parents believe in. I'm pulled back because of that. So I don't feel a little free-spirited on that aspect. And I'm not able to reason things out with them, because if I try and make them understand what's happening in today's world, they'll not get it.
According to Facebook, everybody's life is the happiest in this world.
We hate to project it. We don't show it off. It makes us weak. We never talk about how sad we are. We always talk and project how sad we were and how well we've come out of it. But we're always ashamed of our sad things.
You don't know what the truth is. A big broadcasting news channel is always associated with either a political party, which means they get to define the truth, or they present the shades of truth the way they want it, or it is sponsored by a big businessman who decides to put out what is important to him.
There is no Bible or Gita for information today in our life.
In India, people are free to express what they want, but we are also prepared to face the consequences. So much so that cops can come and catch you and put you behind bars. So you better watch out what you talk, because the big daddy is watching you.
We need to really relook at how we've been treating speech and our media, and we need to see whether we are doing justice to this fundamental right that each and every Indian has been bestowed upon.
What Indians used to think were values weren't values. Okay, those were just limitations. Those were ways to keep you tied to your mother's string.
The world that we live in outside our home is so different from the world that we live inside our home.
India is a scorpion. There's a sun sign. India is a place of extremes.
The thing that unites us can also be the thing that divides us.
You go to any other country, the person has a sense of belonging. I don't think we have a sense of belonging when it comes to India. So India lacks that. I think, and even if we had it at some point of time, I was one patriotic soul. My patriotism has died.
Very frankly, you see the smile on my face. I'm happy saying it because I'm feeling it. That's the thing, that there's something that draws people to us. We're not one of the best or the richest country. We don't offer the best to anyone. But there's something that draws someone here. We have that power, that cash. And it's not the economy. It's not the government at all. Please, the government of India. It's not that. It's us. We make what the country is all about.